Good morning, traders. Manny Cabrera here, co-founder of at MDC Trading Academy, with today's pre-market forecast for Wednesday, April 22nd. Let's quickly jump to our news. As we can see today, Wednesday, there's nothing on the docket for today. We're expecting the unemployment claims tomorrow. That's the biggie. Actually, the number's been reduced. It's still a huge number, 4.5 million. That's the estimate. That's the forecast. So we're going to see where that's going to go. The rest of the week, obviously, Thursday and Friday, we have some more information on manufacturing and durable goods orders. So again, I think the market is pretty much has discounted this. Market is kind of taken off a little bit this morning. I think it has a lot to do with this third or fourth stimulus package that was passed. Let's quickly jump to our analysis chart. Today, as we can see here, we find ourselves in a key area. We have been talking about this key area for quite a bit. As we started to approach this area, I says this is the next level of resistance where the market is going to find resistance. I says we ended up clearly breaking above it, and then obviously we've been below it ever since. And of course, I also mentioned that the next level of true support is potentially going to be the 20 SMA. Remember, I told you about a retracement. We did a retracement from the minimum through the low to the current swing high here on this run, and we're talking about a maybe potentially between 23 to 38% retracement to this level. If we move any lower than this to around this level, I am expecting potentially another retest of this low here, and that's going to be a dangerous move. So it's either going to be creating a double bottom here to continue up, or this thing is going to tank a little bit further. But still, this is what the big picture is all about. We are always trading the immediate context of the market. This is just giving us an idea of where we find ourselves in reference to the overall movement in the market. Not necessarily trading it unless you're a swing trader, and so on and so forth. So here's our next time frame here. We have this trend line here coming off the top. Market has continued to move lower. We did find a bottom here in yesterday, and also we retested it in the pre-market. Market bouncing off this next level of support here, of resistance here. So this is where we find ourselves right here. This is pretty much where a lot of the activity is going to be taking place today, right around this area right here. We have more potential to move lower, obviously. But this is the key target would be this support here. To move higher, this is our key resistance. We have a double top here. We have a double bottom here. So it can go either way, coming off the fact that we're coming with this down run. Coming from this run to the downside, there's our bottom, there's our top. Probabilities are that we're going to move a little lower today. But again, you have to play the immediate role. You can't, this is, again, we're looking at a much smaller context than the daily. It's still a larger time frame, but you need to keep your eyes open on these particular key areas as you're approaching them. If the market decides that it wants to retest this area, then the first move is obviously let's go short it till we get there. If the market decides to break clear above this, then obviously we're looking for longs to our next few levels. So that's how you need to try to play it. Let's look at our trade chart here. This can give us a clearer look of what I'm looking at particularly today. Looks really messy, to be honest with you, out there today. Doesn't look like a very appealing market right now. Here's we're between the intraday high and low of yesterday. As you notice, we've hit this huge bottom here, which retested from the intraday low. Market rallies back, very ugly movement in here, just very ugly. Market finds support, touches the intraday high from the intraday high. As you notice, that's the intraday high, that's the intraday low, and look how the market stopped like a dime on yesterday's intraday high and today's intraday low. So all of the movement is going to be happening between these two areas here. This is what we're looking for. Right now we have the run bouncing off. Market hits the top. Market is kind of finding a little bit of support here. What's the market going to do? Is the market going to hold support here and come retest this area, or is it going to move a little? That's the key for today. That's what we're looking at right now. Our next level of support will be this area here. So this used to be a strong resistance here. Market clearly broke through it. Once it breaks through it, could it come down here and test this as a support, as a short-term support, and then decide whether it's going to continue to the downside, or is it going to bounce off? Here are the scenarios. It's either going to bounce off here and continue higher, or it's going to continue through here and move lower. But which way is it going to go today? Just play the current run. That's the key to do it. All right. Have a great trading session. Let me know if you have any questions.